I'm gonna turn off this upload. Maybe that's fucking it up. Bruce.
Bruce.
Welcome back.
Where are you, Bruce? Where is Bruce from?
I don't know where Bruce is from.
Sounds like an Aussie name, that's all.
Okay, we're so sorry that we lost a bunch of questions.
Yeah, sorry we lost the questions, but I think that this is all giving you guys all a good look at what we deal with on a daily here in South America with the internet and Central America. Honestly, we haven't had good internet other than when we're in Australia for, a year and a half?
Yeah.
Great.
Thanks, we tried for that one. We're more prepared. Okay. Still 6 foot tall.
Okay,
Good, Peter.
Okay.
So what I was quickly saying, and I'm going to say in case the internet cuts out, is Ford Transit's a 6 foot tall.
6 foot?
6'4" tall. I personally would go a Transit if you're thinking along those lines, because I think popping the top all the time might be a little frustrating. My main reason I wouldn't want a pop top is you can't be discreet. Like, you can't stealth camp in the middle of a city because you pop up, and obviously, although you said you can still sleep in there with the tent.
I also want to interject, and I think it depends on how long term you're looking at this as a home. If you're looking at it for a weekend getaway or every once in a while, pop tops I think are no problem. But for, like, if you're going to go as long as we've been going, those little tiny conveniences, like not having to pop up your tent, and like we want to get a permanent cooktop would be better.
And even insulation and stuff, pop tops you can't.
Or if you think when it's rainy, I mean, pop tops. Actually, saying that,
it's definitely not a bad option. But I'm just saying, I would personally go Transit.
We like being inside the van. We love having the van just there, ready at all times. Okay. Like, the shape is good.
Scott has asked about batteries. Much, but good question, Scott.
So Scott, we have 3 spare batteries for our main camera, and it actually doesn't last all that long, even with 3 batteries. It's one of the worst things about our camera. But I actually have a portable jump starter that works on its own. It's like this big, and it jump starts the Sprinter whenever we run our batteries flat on it. And it can do like maybe 20 charges of our phone or our camera. And so it's about a couple of kilos, but we're bringing it with us on the hike to charge all our batteries and stuff.
And then our last
trees.
So we have 2 nights camp. It's a 3-night trek. Sorry, 3 nights, 4 days. 2 nights are camping. The 3rd night's in a hotel. So we just really need to get through the first 2 full days. And should show them that, and then we can get into the hotel.
Yeah. Did I use jet pets to transfer? Yes.
Yes. Did you? This is Tracy, right? Yeah.
I will be doing the reverse at some point with my girl.
Tracy, we made a full video when we first started on YouTube about everything involved in getting Aki from Australia to Canada. It's on our YouTube. We can find you. Well, you can just. I
think it was our like third or fourth video was about how we got Aki across.
But they were great.
We'll be interested to hear how you go if you ship your dogs to Australia before we take Aki back, because we've heard it can be a very expensive affair getting back into Australia, unfortunately. But dogs are worth it.
Hope you have great weather in Machu Picchu. Us too, Oscar. Apparently it's not rainy season, so that should be good.
More on Machu Picchu. You probably can't see that, but see what it says there for day 2? Formidable. Should I be worried?
Yes.
Challenging.
Okay. So Peter's asking, any thoughts on your most viral video posts and why some videos kick off and others don't? Peter, this is a very complex question, and the YouTube algorithm is very interesting as well. Sometimes it's the SEO terms, which means search engine optimization. So if more people just happen to be searching that topic or watching van life videos, it'll get recommended to them. We don't know all the answers. Sometimes it's a combination of a good looking thumbnail that they want to click through. And there's this term called click-through rate, where YouTube will, if you guys ever notice when you go on your YouTube, you go to home page, it'll just bring up all these random videos. And if you click a random video, then that lets the algorithm know that you are interested in that. So then they recommend that to somebody else who also watches content of the similar person. So that's kind of how it spreads really quick. But
I think honestly, one of the main things is the thumbnail. And that's why, a lot of people get pissed off with clickbait and stuff. But at the end of the day, you can make the best video out there. And if you don't have a good thumbnail, it's not going to get clicked.
So just so you know, I'm not the evil No, not Step
Oh, they
Mother.
haven't seen it yet.
That's
They haven't
weeks
seen
away.
it yet.
But it's my only opportunity to talk to the patrons.
That's
No,
true. Okay.
you don't
You
look the
give
evil
her the
stepmother.
platform back. Let her say what she wants to say.
The evil mother-in-law.
What she's trying to explain is that we have taken a thumbnail of the three of us in a van, and she's underneath looking up disapprovingly as we're on top. And we just thought it was funny because it's
It's very funny.
Because it's
Yeah.
like in-law in a tiny home.
yeah.
Uh,
So Bruce is asking, biggest change you would change in your van up to this point?
we want a permanent cooktop. I think that's one thing that at the start we thought we didn't want. And now just it's as Lee was saying, it's the little things. Every time we want to have a coffee or, which for me is a lot, or cook anything, we're always bringing out our cooker and putting it on the bench, or we're bringing it outside. And it'd be really good just to have a little 2-burner cooktop. We could just put the kettle on.
Yeah. My quick opinion on that, Bruce, is that we built our van the way we did because we knew we'd be traveling with Aki. If you don't have a dog that needs to sit in that spot right behind the driver's seat, if you put the bed in the back, even if you put it kind of like how Eamon and Bex is, where they have a walkthrough still, but they can get up out of bed and have an extra seat in the kitchen. We don't have any space in our van to be one awake and one asleep. We're either both in bed or we're both awake. So that's something that we didn't really consider that much because we didn't think we'd be in the van that long. So something I would say recommend, figure out a way that you could have like a sleeping area and a sitting area simultaneously.
So is your hike an alternative to taking the train, or is that another leg of the journey? Yeah, so the train is what people can do if they don't do the hike at all. Like as in they can train there. It's a bus ride or private transport to the train, then they get a train to Machu Picchu. The Inca Trail is obviously a very famous other way to do it, and that's what I did 6 years ago. I hiked the Inca Trail, and that's a 4-day way of getting to Machu Picchu. And then the way we're doing is the Salcantay Trek, which is the alternative, and it's considered harder. It's a bit longer, but it's supposed to be absolutely beautiful. And if you Google top 10 hikes in the world, it rates in the top 10. So we're very excited about it.
Yeah.
Us
Mark,
going to-
I love your comment. Jamie, I'd be interested to know what first video of ours that you saw, because we really don't know either how it always gets recommended.
Yeah, what was the first video?
Yeah. And Oscar says it's very complicated as they change it very often. The algorithm, yes, they do change it very
Oscar's
often.
all over it.
And Oscar, you are right on top of the analytics, and you're right. But currently, just so everybody knows, and we thought about explaining this to everybody, is how the YouTube algorithm works is that they want to give you as the user the best experience and put videos that you're interested in. So the more you search van life, the more van life channels that are going to pop up, and vice versa on any topic that you're looking at. And the click-through rate is how channels succeed. So that's why everything's sensationalized. That's why everybody makes these dramatic titles, which is a shame because the creators are just trying to keep up with the algorithm, but the algorithm's trying to please the viewer. And at the end of the day, there's this big disconnect where, being subscribed doesn't necessarily mean anything anymore. You have to hit the bell to actually get the notifications. Otherwise, YouTube might not actually prompt that video has come up, even if you're subscribed.
All in all, it's super complicated, and I think you're still very lucky if a video goes viral. We've been super lucky that it's happened a couple of times.
Yeah. Mark asked if we have compost toilet, or maybe why we don't.
No.
No,
I think he's
they
saying
have
whether
a-
that's a regret if we don't.
Oh.
do the toilet.
That little shovel.
To be honest, I don't think we've got enough room to have put a toilet in with our setup.
Mm.
If we had the longer Sprinter, we'd do it differently.
Yeah, and
with-
we did buy a compost toilet. We had it for the first 3 months, way before we started YouTube, and we didn't use it once in 3 months. And we just, I don't know, both of us just felt it wasn't really set up that great to use, and we just rather use someone else's washroom and figure it out. And it's really not been an issue for us, but longer term, hells yeah, I want a toilet. If we're gonna keep going even longer in a tiny home.
Our first free camp with these guys, we're on a cliff top. What's the ocean?
Pacific
Ocean. They dug me a hole about 1 meter from the cliff.
Sometimes it works that way. So Mason's asking, would an Instant Pot work well for cooking in a van context? I've never used an Instant Pot, but I don't see
think
why
that's
it
what
wouldn't
you
work
saw
well.
the other day with those.
Oh,
people.
yeah. I think that'd be a good idea.
Yeah, I
Just
think it would, but we want to cook.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Oh, that's what he means.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, we
We're
want
not
a
on the
permanent cooktop.
composting toilets. So.
So Damien Jones is asking, shipping 2 dogs to Australia is easy enough. We moved to Just start the vaccination process months before you want to travel. Then the dog spends 1 month in Oz quarantine instead of 3 months.
easy.
Out of curiosity, Damien, will you let us know how much it cost you? 15 years ago, but still.
Yeah. And easy, I think there's a difference between easy and cheap. I think it might not be too hard, but I think it's going to be really expensive, which we're a bit worried about.
We personally have met a girl who's Canadian. She brought over her 80-pound dog, and it cost her almost $10,000.
And Tracy, I just saw you said you heard quarantine was only 1 week. That's been relatively new. It used to be minimum of 1 month mandatory, and now you can, as long as you have all the correct paperwork and you do everything right, it can be 1 week quarantine, which is awesome because it's way better.
Yeah. So Jamie said, I think it was the tour video, actually, that was in February, March. Yeah, so if you happen to be looking at van tours or just interested in tiny homes or anything of the sort, we might have come up in a recommendation.
Let's be honest, for our second video, I honestly think we nailed our van tour. I thought we did a good job. That took us like 3 days to film, by the way.
So Tracy's been here since the beginning because she's a Eamon and Beck original, and then saw us through that, which is really cool, Tracy, because they pushed us and we were like, no, we're not going to start a channel. And by the end, them plus the Matneys convinced us, and we
love those guys, so we're so stoked that all of us.
And Jessica came with Eamon Beck as well. Bruce says, building a van out to do traveling photography after retirement next year, and so much to wrap my head around. Love your channel and your attitude. Oh, thank you, Bruce. And I think like traveling in a van and taking photos is probably like the perfect combination, because you can get everywhere, you can get to places for the sunrise, for the sunsets, and be extremely flexible.
Just build a good spot for your electronics. Ours are taking a beating. And actually, you're going to see in this week's video, we just lost our new GoPro as well. And I think it's just one of the risks we take with doing things a bit adventurous.
Yeah. So if you're planning on traveling for photography as well, like really think about your battery system, your solar system, and get it so that you have ample amounts of power and don't have to worry about that ever, because you need to charge.
And sorry in advance for the lack of surf footage in this week's video because we lost our
I'm sure
GoPro.
they will understand that. Oscar says, you get very lucky to have viral very early on YouTube. We're honestly, Oscar, beyond us, we never expected that. We are very lucky, and as Eamon pointed out the other day, he thinks we're one of the only people who can claim the title of our first ever vlog, almost hitting 10 million views now. So
it probably has hit 10 million.
It's just so weird. We never ever thought that would happen.
Complete
an electric pressure cooker. So you plug it in.
I honestly don't know. My thought would be though that it'd use a fair bit of power off the inverter.
And keep in mind, at the end of the day, like we only have so much space for all of our pots and pans, so we kind of use ones that are multi-versatile that we can use all the time. What are you looking at?
I love the cooking, fresh videos, and all the amazing new fruits and veggies you'll pick up.
I think there's you have to read it fully so people can hear.
I think there's too much processed food in the US. 100% there's too much processed food in the US.
Yeah.
The US diet kind of scares.
In saying that, there's a lot of fried food in Latin America as well. If you didn't choose to actively seek healthy food, like yes, there's lots of fruits and vegetables available, but a lot of the locals don't eat that. They eat fried meat, fried empanadas, fried anything.
Yeah, although in some places we're going to, there's a big plant-based movement. Like
here in Cusco,
there's so many amazing plant-based restaurants.
If any of you are ever coming to Cusco, let us know, and we'll give you the recommendation of the place that we've now eaten at 4 times. And we're going back to Greenpoint. So Jeremy said our video popped up for him when he's looking into travel in Costa Rica. Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's honestly, when we meet subscribers or anybody else who's recognized us online, most of the time they say they found us because they were researching about the country they were about to go into, and then we happen to have videos about that. But yeah, Bruce says big solar panels.
Get big solar panels, and more importantly, a big battery bank.
Yeah. Do you ever run? So Scott says, do you ever run into folks traveling on motorcycles long term? Living in Cuenca, I feel like I'm in a good central location to tour South America on a bike. Yeah, we do.
Yeah, there's a lot that do it, and they always have pannier bags with tents and things. But from the ones I've met, a lot of them essentially go hostel to hostel and do it. But it would be super fun because, as you've seen, like in our last video, a lot of the roads are really short. But
Yeah,
on a
rough
motorbike,
bike.
they'd be super fun.
Yeah.
If you're on an off-road bike, I'd love to have a motorbike here.
And besides, you can always start by doing small local road trips within Ecuador and then expand from there and get comfortable with doing it.
We
Yeah.
leapfrogged the other day with an Italian couple on a motorbike,
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
weren't young either. They were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you don't see. Yeah, exactly. Where are we now? So Mason says empanadas in Colombia are usually fried. In Chile, they're mostly baked. Ooh, and there's a lot of varieties. I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Aki just farted again and it
Oh
stinks so
my
much. Oscar says you just wait to get to Argentina. Beef steak chorizo. Is that is beef? Is that like bistec, the steak? Beef de chorizo?
I
Or is
reckon,
that a vegetarian one? What are you saying, Oscar? You know we
Yeah.
don't eat chorizo.
Mark, do you watch Trent and Ali or the other van life videos, or are you too busy? Unfortunately, we don't. We've seen, like, we watched their engagement video. We were very happy
I
for
cried.
them. Lee
Yeah.
cried.
I did cry.
We honestly like all those guys and hope that we can meet them one day. As it goes down to that whole isolation thing being down here.
Yeah.
We know they're on the way down, but I don't think they're going to get South America.
But
Um,
you like the times that we do get internet, we tend to need it for work. That
Yeah.
the main people we watch is Damon and Beck because we're good friends with them. We like to actually see, like, just to keep up with what they're doing.
Yeah, and to be
Um,
honest, yeah, Eamon and Beck are the main van life channel we watch, and Lee loves the guilty pleasure of watching Sailing the Vagabond.
If any of you don't know
Yeah.
Sailing the Vagabond, you should watch them. They
Yeah.
are my guilty pleasure. But yeah, otherwise, every other van life channel, we just kind of pop in, check out here and there. We when Trent and Ali and the Nomadic Movement were going down south, we chatted to them and gave them some recommendations and just, told them our experiences of going down. So Jamie says, I watch a lot of videos on tiny houses, so I'm sure that's where you were recommended to me from, most
Probably.
likely. Peter says, Trent and Ali seem to get a fair bit of use from their onboard motorcycle. Ever wish you had one along? Definitely, we do.
Yeah, for sure. But now if we get one, we're copying them, so we can't do
No,
it.
I don't.
Just wait till you see the next conversion. It
Yeah.
is already in here, and it's going to include a motorbike. But
Yeah.
It's going to be the most epic conversion you've ever seen.
Yeah, and it's something that Max said before we even started on our trip that it would be awesome to have, and we just
Your mum
kind
is
of
lovely, Max. Thank you, Jennifer.
never
She
went
is.
into getting
Oh,
it. But
thank
we'd
you,
love
Jennifer.
to. Aw. So Morgan Bennett says, I bought a van and I'm planning to do a trip like yours. What's your day-to-day life like when you're on the road and for an extended trip like yours? Well, we definitely have made some videos like that, but we can try to make another one like that to explain it. But basically, it involves
How reliable your van is can make a difference to your day-to-day life.
yeah, something we're struggling with is routine. We have no sort of routine because it's always different. So it's hard to say like what our day-to-day life is like, but generally involves, it depends. Like if we're camping in one spot for a few days, it can be very relaxing, or we're always looking up where to get water, gas, where we're going next, what we're doing, what we want to hike, what we want to see. So it's active.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as autopilot, living in a van and traveling, because you're constantly in a new unfamiliar territory. So you're
Yeah.
constantly having to.
I think sorry, Mum. I think one thing that has been so common across pretty much everyone we meet is that you have this mindset before you get into the van that you're gonna have so much time for everything, especially if you're not working. Like you're gonna be the fittest you've ever been. You're gonna cook the best meals. You're gonna learn Italian or Spanish or whatever. But in reality, just doing all day-to-day life takes a lot of time in the van. And if you're traveling on top of that, be prepared that you don't have as much time as you think you're going to. But
I was going to say,
Yeah.
I think in the first 8 days I was with these guys, I think we had one day we didn't film, and that was in Arequipa.
Yeah,
yeah, but that's
that's
not
a bit
normal
different.
for us.
Yeah, that's a bit different right now because
We're trying to get ahead of
content.
schedule for the first time ever because Sailing the Vagabond told us to, and they were
Yeah.
very nice about it, and they were smart.
Yeah,
so
smart.
something like you might see when we're quite tired, and I'm sure Trent and Ali and the Nomadic Movement are the same, is that we're filming in real time, which the advantage of that is to be very real and active with you guys, letting you know kind of where we are at the moment. But it also means every week you have to go through that stress of finding internet in time and making sure you're filming something in time. And when you get sick or you're cranky or you're tired or you're just burnt out, there's no wiggle room. So now we're trying to get a little bit ahead to take that pressure off of us, and in turn allow us to be more creative and to enjoy everything a little bit more.
Jealous of the motorbike on the back of the RV.
Yeah.
That's happening.
Yeah. So Tracy says, I traveled to Australia by motorbike many years ago. I now have another motorbike. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We would love that.
How long ago
Okay.
was that, Damien? that it
So
was
Damon
that
said 2
cost.
dogs.
They can read all these comments too.
Oh, okay.
You don't know-
Sorry.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure. Can someone confirm
Yeah, no,
that? But I
obviously
think
they
you
can.
can
They
read all
can
the
read all the
comments.
comments. Sorry, I'll just do the questions then.
Too.
A lot of meat. Oscar, we'll say all that Argentinian meat for you. You get that meat.
And I did an assignment for our Spanish school on Argentina, and apparently they've got a big plant-based movement too. I found out in my research.
So Mason says, I think you should be able to find vegan empanadas in Chile. Hells yeah, I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Not
Mark
a
watches
vegan-
Sailing the Vagabond too.
Yes,
taste,
Mark. Yeah, you know it. Oh yeah, and Marie just started watching Sailing the Vagabond. So good. Thinking of boat life now. Well, Max has always wanted to do boat life pretty much since I've met him. I'm a little bit scared of open water, but that's partly ignorance to I've never really experienced a whole lot of boats.
I don't think that's the biggest issue though. Like as we were just talking about the reason we want a convoy with Eamon and Beck is I'm probably a bit better than Lee with being able to be isolated camping for a long period of time and all that. But Lee thrives off social interaction.
Well, it's obvious that
And-
he's introverted and I'm extroverted. Like you have seen that now in our videos.
So I think like van life down here can be isolating, but the thought of being on a boat, for a long time for me is awesome. But for Lee, she needs a bit more social engagement. So unless
Which we can invite people onto the boat.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing.
unless Sailing the Vagabond want a convoy,
Jane, you'll come onto the boat, won't
Yeah.
you? Do you get
I'm not
seasick?
there. I
you
get
patrons
seasick.
will be the first
I
people
get-
invited onto the
yeah.
boat.
Yeah, Sailing the Big Bar, freaking amazing. Jane is so Jess is asking, is traveling in the van what you thought it would be?
Hey Jess, yes, and when I first saw the van, I was so excited to see it. It's actually smaller in the interior than it looks in the videos. I think they're amazing the way they work together as a team. I loved the road trip. Loved the free camping. Even going without showers has turned out fine. It's been great.
See, you can see where Max gets it from. Mason says, Mary La Vagabond is cool, yes, but it's an expensive trip on a sailboat. Exactly. That's another thing too, is that Sailing the Vagabond, it's not cheap to run a sailboat, and they cracked a really good deal to get a great deal on their sailboat. And it's not something that everybody without a platform can do.
And we definitely couldn't.
And we can't do that.
Speaking as a mum too, I worry about them carrying that baby around.
On the boat.
Yeah.
Mum, give her
Everybody's worried about
put your
that.
2 cents in.
Yeah.
That's
It's a concern, and I think
No.
their whole community, like, it's just that's the hard thing, is that when you put your life online.
Yeah, and Mason,
Anything you're gonna do
they
is
are
gonna get-
definitely making a lot of money.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah, hopefully there'll be a veggie empanada. Mum, Jamie's asking, how is that grandbaby?
oh my god! Oh, we should show you a photo.
We literally just
Hang on,
Skyped
I'll
them.
find one.
we can
An hour
upload a photo
before.
too to
If hopefully you'll
Thanks
have
for
us.
asking.
Hopefully you'll have us on Instagram because we'll put up a photo of Rory on our story.
but
soon.
we can also put up those. Have you
Oh,
guys
on
been
the
enjoying
story,
like
on-
this? We've been putting up stories once in a while on Patreon, but maybe we'll start doing that more, just like little
we'll start doing
snippets
that
here
more.
and there, which would be really cool.
I'm going to give him a taster now.
Um,
Though.
yeah, and for real, sticking to van plans financially, it's true, and that's the thing. It's.
Oh, can they see that?
No, this isn't.
That's going to shine. Nah.
We'll
Bad
upload a
luck, guys.
picture. Oh yeah, Tracy says, "Mom, Lenny is cool. He's got a jolly jumper," which is true. Mason says, "Australians learn to swim before they learn to walk." No,
That's 100% correct.
yeah, yeah, that's true.
Okay,
Ooh,
I think we got through.
wow,
Wow.
that's awesome. If we skipped anybody's questions at any point, just feel free to rewrite them when the other live stream cut out, because
I've got a question. I want to know what people's favourite vlog is,
oh yeah,
because everyone seems to, have their favourite thing.
that's true.
Shoot them
yours?
through.
Max's is a simple life.
Yeah, I like the simple life. I also like the roadblocks in the White City.
Yeah.
Oh, that was beautiful.
All right. So Bruce says, Jane, have you had to learn the ballet in moving around the van when it's moving down?
I've
We
learned.
actually haven't had rain yet.
No rain, but we have all been in the van.
Yeah. No, I've had to. It's been hard in a way because there isn't enough room really in the kitchen for everyone to work together. So I've had to sort of sit back and just keep saying, I'm not letting you wait on me. It's just Lee has this amazing routine.
Yeah, and I feel bad. Jane has experienced every mood I've gone through now in a small space, and I'm the organizer. Max is not as organized when it comes to that stuff, so I just kick them both out and say, "Don't step in my space," and we'll be all right. Jeremy says, "Lee, are you still working? I know you went back once." So actually, yeah. So when we planned our trip, we planned to go for a year. We both quit our jobs, but I worked at an Irish pub and I've always worked in restaurants and bars, which you can very easily return to and pick up some quick cash. When we planned to travel longer, when we started our YouTube, it took us 5 months to monetize on YouTube, and we just didn't know how YouTube would go. So we never wanted to rely on it for income. So I thought it'd be better to go home, work my butt off for the summer. Max was working his butt off editing videos. We were just taking a bit of a break and then getting back on the road. So luckily we're doing well enough now that I don't have to return, neither of us have to return and work. So no, our full-time work at the moment is creating videos, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, but that's also largely because we're in a country that's cost of living is pretty low. So we're not making the kind of, like, if we're making the money we're making right now back in Canada or Australia, we wouldn't be making much at all. But because we are able to, not pay for campsites and this and that, it's helping us. Jennifer says, grandmotherhood is the absolute best. Would you maximally raise your children on the road? No. No, I think it is incredibly amazing to take your kids on a 1-year road trip, but the families that I've seen that are doing it for long periods of time on the road, again, the isolation thing, like you don't have your mother-in-law or your mom to come in and help you, and you don't have your girlfriends to go around and go for a walk to the park. I think it would be very difficult to do a lifelong like raising your kids on the road. But we have seen some really incredible families taking a gap year with 1, 2, 3, 4 kids and giving them the most amazing experience and watching them grow and develop. And I think I would like to do that. Yeah, and I'd like to think that we would still have an adventure mobile. Yeah. And even if we're living in our tiny off-grid home in the middle of nowhere, we've got to, even if we're living anywhere, we're going to have an adventure mobile that we can still go on epic road trips. It's just not going to be full time, I don't think.
Yeah. James says, I like the Colombian ones the best. Yeah, Colombia is beautiful.
Yeah, Colombia made it easy.
Oscar says, just want to say how great an experience this has been. Worth every penny. Love you guys. Oscar, we love you. You're one of the OGs here, and we really appreciate everything. But everybody here has been giving us like emotional support as well as feedback, as well as your creative ideas. It's been really awesome.
And your money. That's been really nice. Let's be honest, like we really appreciate everything you guys give us. And to be honest, we would struggle to keep going without Patreon at the moment. So we appreciate you all, and we appreciate you that you're showing that you support our work and that you appreciate the work we do put in.
Yeah,
because it is a lot of work.
Teresa said she was raised in a family of adventurers and travelers, the best education. It is so true. And I'm exactly like Max said, like I would love to do lots of trips. I would just also love to have a home base and then to leave and come. Like we both love road trips because you took the kids on road trips and my parents took me on road trips, and it was really, really cool.
Definitely.
Price of diesel in Peru is over Ecuador. Bruce, in Peru it is
I put up the price for this video. It's $3.78 US a gallon. It's expensive and it's hurting us because the distance is really big as well, and because the diesel's not very good, we're getting less out of the tank as well. So it's like a triple whammy.
Yeah. Morgan says, anything you would do differently knowing what you know now? Are you meaning more like? That's kind of a very broad question. I'm not sure.
In terms of the van travels?
In terms of like the van travels, anything you would do differently knowing what you know now?
We'll wait for the more specifics.
Yeah, get more specific with what you're meaning there, because if it's more as we're planning the trip, the van. Okay, well, we didn't really plan our trip much. It just kind of happened.
Yeah, we didn't plan it.
But the van, Morgan, I feel me more than Max. There's a few things that I would like to change up a bit more. And I don't know if I'd want a bigger size van for the trip that we're doing, because it's been amazing. We can park everywhere when we can, but functionality, I didn't cook, or he didn't cook very much before I moved into the van. Now that we cook a lot, I would love to have some drawers. I'd love to have more organization in my kitchen. I would just be more organized in every aspect of where everything goes in the van, including maybe like, roof racks or maybe some more storage on the back, and to be able to carry some more gear.
Although I think you've been really clever in just keeping the van really plain, because I've noticed in Peru there's so many sprinters around and people just don't take a second look at them, which I think reduces the risk.
That has been very, very great for us. So Peter says, any thoughts on what country you would hang your hat in if you came off the road and settled for a bit?
Oh, I'm interested in this.
Oh, wait, so not ones on our trip? If it's on our trip so far, I'd say Ecuador has really...
I thought he meant where to settle.
Yeah, Ecuador definitely had a really good mix of...
I think he is asking that.
Everything. I also, I love Mexico as well. I love that Mexico is close to the States and everything.
Yeah, but we think it's fair to both of us. We've talked about potentially, trying out home in Australia and trying out home in Canada, and, giving both a go. And in our dream world, we could have, a tiny bit of land with our bus in Australia, and then maybe share an apartment with friends or family. Max's sister, maybe, she loves Vancouver, and my sister, if we can get her to Vancouver, we can all share a tripleplex and then Airbnb it out. So in a perfect world, we could get back to both, but we're still figuring that out. Thank you for being here, Jennifer. That is really nice, and we love hearing that you guys are all actually on. Doesn't feel so real because it is that separation via a screen, but it's really cool to be able to share this. Lee, were the Galapagos everything you thought they'd be? It was amazing. The birds and the actual wildlife is really cool. It was really interesting to learn about the geography and the how they actually came to be, the hottest plates in the parts in the world, and where how they all formed and how they're changing. But I don't know. I think it is an amazing place, but I don't think it's the top of my list of the most amazing places that I've ever been. And being how expensive it is, I was very, very happy that we were able to do it. But is it top of your list of places that you've been?
Yeah, I love the Galapagos. I was so keen to go back because I loved it. I would say that after returning a second time, it was very repetitive the second time, because I think I didn't realize how small the place is. And I think it's amazing and it's a once in a lifetime trip. But when you go back, again, I think it's awesome, and it's going to be up there with one of my favorite places. But it's just different to everywhere, which is what makes it amazing. And when you've been to a lot of countries, I think there's not a lot that's that unique.
Yeah,
I think it's a good illustration too of how amazing Max and Lee are at editing and so forth, because apparently they had quite a few difficulties when they were filming in the Galapagos. 16 school children joining the scuba diving boat, and
we definitely had intentions to share more, but we were kind of just at a point where we were very tired. We were doing a lot and moving around, having to organize Aki in the van and a place to stay. And then when you're on the islands, we spent hours going to budget and plan and find our hostels. So by no means, it just didn't feel like a vacation whatsoever. Yeah. So it was beautiful, but.
See you later, Mason. Mason's got to go. And
see you, Mason.
We probably are going
to
not last too much longer because we actually have to get up at 4 a.m.
It's true. Tracy says, Dad was an Aussie from Adelaide. Mom was a Canadian from Vancouver. Oh, yay.
That's a good combination.
Yeah. I wish my family lived on the West Coast. It would make everything even more easy, but they live in Ontario.
We're working on
it's 3.
When is Sasha coming back?
Ooh, Oscar.
In a few months.
Our tentative plans is that my sister, her boyfriend, and my parents are coming down to Argentina last week of November, first week of December. This is my mom's 60th birthday, and it also falls over Max's birthday, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But she might try to sneak a trip down earlier because her boyfriend is a pilot with Air Canada, so she's able to get really cheap flights. Tracy says she's born in Adelaide. Younger sister's born in Vancouver. Oh, that's cool. So they head back to Adelaide in September for a month. Now she lives in Adelaide and I live in Vancouver. Yeah, that's life, eh? You just don't.
Ray's dog fell asleep.
I don't think only 5 days is enough in the Galapagos. We were in the Galapagos for
2 weeks.
14 days, I think, or 15 days.
Yeah.
We were there for a long time.
If anything, I'd say 15 days was too too much in the Galapagos, in the sense that
We were on
because there's so much to see and do, you're constantly doing a tour, which can be amazing but very tiring as well.
and it was compared to prices in South America, it's a lot more expensive for anything. So
yeah, and in a perfect world as well, it would be amazing to have like $10,000 to do the full tour via boat.
Yeah.
But it is expensive and it is incredible. Like I don't mean to not make it seem as incredible as it is, but yeah. I don't know. Bye, Jessica. Love the live chat. Lots of fun. My dog.
don't worry, Oki's sleeping on the floor as well.
Aw. It's been so great to share all this with you.
Jess said have fun.
Yeah, I will, Jess.
She loves to bark at Aki on the
So
TV.
sharing.
Yeah, we love when people send us pictures of their dogs.
Yeah, and our pleasure, Bruce. It's honestly been awesome having everyone along for the ride, and that includes, the whole of our subscriber base and everything. And I think you guys give us some of the courage to push to outside our comfort zones even more. And
Yeah.
So it wouldn't have been the same trip had this not have happened, and we would be, back working somewhere, probably saving up for more travels. So we feel very lucky to be in the situation we are, and
So considering that we can do live streams again, but we're not going to be with Jane again. If anybody has any more questions related to how Jane's like the van, or
final
how it's been
final
traveling
questions
down
for Mum.
here.
Because I fly back next week.
Yeah, I know it's been so great.
And if anybody's thinking, well, not, but I've only actually been here for 2 weeks, and it's been the best.
Tracy's spot on about the Galapagos.
Which is it?
She got the impression it was a bit too touristy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is, but that's it's such a small place, and so many people in the world want to go, and they actually do well
Bye,
to limit
Peter.
numbers.
Thank you for joining us
See you,
tonight. Thank
Pete.
you all for joining us tonight and on such short notice. Oh, Jess.
See you, Peter.
First thing in the morning. It's true. It's good morning. Good. I hope you're having a coffee. And I say that. I don't know why I said that. I don't even like coffee, but they
I
like
yeah,
coffee. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. We'd like to do more live streams, Mark. This is our first time trying it.
Should we talk about the?
No, the
Extended?
videos.
Yeah. Yeah, we can.
So while we do have some of
Oh,
you,
wait. They're asking questions for Jane. We do want to answer them. Okay. So Tracy says, Jane, what other Aussie goodies did you bring?
Oh,
teddy bear biscuits.
teddy bear biscuits, Lipton's tea. Is that Aussie?
I reckon it's English.
But I bought tea. For Lee, I brought the ugliest Melbourne tea. With all the sites. A little care package with soap and shampoo.
Jess
but,
doesn't drink coffee either.
the organic ones.
The soaps are amazing. The soaps are amazing, and some like beautiful hand cream, which has been really nice.
Yeah. Oh, and a net for the van for putting things in.
All
heaps of
stuff to essentially try and make things more comfortable. and
Yeah.
Make life easier.
Yeah.
Lipton is American. There you go.
There you go.
Tim Tams.
Oscar said
She
he's
actually
looking forward
did-
to seeing you in the videos, Jane.
She didn't bring Tim Tams, but because she knows we're off the dairy a little bit at the moment, but she was onto it.
Yeah.
And
We're getting more
mum's
into
been
our
pretty much
chocolates.
plant-based over here, guys. So
Yeah.
maybe she'll go back vegan. Who knows?
Yeah.
Should we
Yeah.
talk-
So one final thing we wanted to chat about is we want to know your feedback on how, how have you been liking the extended videos? Do you find
Sorry.
like where we sit with extended videos basically for us is that it actually takes a fair amount of extra editing, a bit of a struggle for us.
And as you've
And-
seen, the Wi-Fi is not.
No,
reliable.
but on top of that, the way, just to give you guys an understand, because I know a lot of people haven't edited videos before, but the way we do it, it kind of, you get into a workflow, and having the extended stuff is stuff that we'd normally not have in the normal video, and it kind of makes it really hard. So we've kind of tested it, and we're still deciding whether to keep going with extended videos, and the alternative would be, say, one live stream a month instead of extended version videos. So we'd love to hear some thoughts.
Or maybe
on that.
we
Jessica.
obviously probably have to have a couple because of everyone's time zones because we weren't able to
Thank you,
match up
Jess.
with
We
the
appreciate-
UK.
we appreciate
it.
Jessica.
But we could the cool thing about the live streams is that they're almost more interactive. Like we actually just get to sit here and chill with you guys and
Yeah.
answer your questions, and it's less labor intensive other than having to find the internet to get on it.
And I'm loving already with
Oscar's saying he's more
with
than
this
me.
first ever live stream that not only is it giving us a chance to be more interactive with you guys, but you're being very interactive with each other,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
we kind of really want to promote. We want to build this
Yeah.
community, as in everyone talks to each other, people answer each other's comments. And one thing
Yeah.
we absolutely loved, and Roxanne, I hope you're still there, but the fact that
Ah,
because we have been super busy with mum here, we didn't get a chance to get back to Oma about how to increase her pledge.
Yes,
And
so thank you,
Roxanne did everything
Roxanne.
for us. And that's awesome though, that the community can talk to each other and
Yeah.
that's what we want, because I'd like to think we're building like a community of like-minded people here.
And Damien said it well. He said he doesn't reckon that the extended needs to be as polished. So something another person suggested to us lately is instead of building the extended versions into our videos, we could just, start actually just, chatting more and putting more
They can't see
stories
you
up.
and everything.
Okay. Well, it doesn't matter.
Oh, I thought you were doing like a
No, but my point is that we can get on the phone and chat more and give more bloopers and behind the scenes that aren't actually built
Yeah.
into the videos, which would actually make it probably easier for us on the editing.
yeah. I think like doing more of those like the stories on Patreon, showing behind the scenes stuff would be. I think you guys would probably find it more valuable and more
Yeah.
interesting than the extended versions. And as a result, we'd actually probably end up making our actual YouTube videos a little bit longer, because we've been deliberately keeping stuff out to make sure you guys get more.
Yeah.
But so you'll see, it doesn't mean you'll be seeing less. It just means the other people will see that too, but then you guys get to see the behind the scenes, if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah. Jamie said, I love the extended videos, but I don't think this has been more fun. Oh, wait, you do think or don't think? So you like the extended videos
Where
better?
you at?
I love the live stream. Cool. The live stream is great. We're very happy with more. Your general videos are amazing. You don't have to feel obligated to do the extended versions, especially if it's annoying to you. I think you should back off the length just from the balance of fun and work. I edit also, and it takes so much time to complete.
It definitely does.
It definitely does. And the truth is that we actually really enjoy the flow process of editing. We do enjoy what we're getting into it. So
Uploading is the worst part. To be honest.
exactly.
actually, that's a good idea. Maria said perhaps the bloopers just every few months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we can definitely start putting in just just other extra content instead of the thing. But we make sure. Oh, thank you for being so supportive, everybody. Morgan says, what I like about the extended videos is the extra parts feel a little bit more raw and personal. I feel like we get a little bit more window into your life. And that's what we want to share. And that's what we
that's where I think instead we can just give you like story updates on Patreon, which will be our complete unedited real life,
Mhm.
and it'll be a much easier way for us to do that.
Yeah. Or maybe you can consider like blending a whole bunch of bloopers together. Thanks for the
See you, Damo.
guys. Bye, Damien. Thank you.
Bye, Damien.
I love the behind the scenes idea. My biggest concern for you guys is that you don't burn out. So whatever you need. Thank you, Tracy. Because that's what we're constantly trying to figure out is like this balance. And boy, are creative people doing this stuff hustlers, because it is a hustle, and then add traveling on top of that. It is a lot. And we want to not burn it either, because we want to enjoy this and we want to keep being able to share it with you.
And as Lee said, like we love the creative process, and like we love when a video comes together and it all works out well, and then we get that good feedback as a kind of reinforcement. But yeah, the important thing is, like you said, managing it so we don't burn the candle at both ends too much and burn out. So that's what we're trying to do, and we're so grateful that you guys are on board for helping us with it.
Oscar's enjoying the streams. Thank you, Oscar. I do think this has been more fun. Sorry, okay, awesome. Yeah,
good, thanks.
And we're enjoying it. Definitely, the live stream is great, and bloopers are fun and realistic. Yes, we can definitely blend.
And this video actually, because pretty much for this video that's coming out Sunday, which we're going to put up for you guys tonight, although as I think I've mentioned in the comments before, when we put it straight up to YouTube, it often doesn't come up full quality yet. So if you give it a few hours, the quality goes up to 1080p. But this video that's going to be for this Sunday, the only extra things we had was bloopers. So we put it in the public version. So hopefully you'll still get to enjoy the bloopers.
Yeah. Jeremy, the postcard thing is definitely interesting, but yes, it'd be difficult because Ecuador, and then now even more in Peru here, that it's not very reliable to actually make it to the places. But you know what? Honestly, I think we're at the point where we kind of just need to get more help with with like if we start bringing in more perks. We're looking at merchandise. When we do, we'd love to be able to obviously like discount it all so that we don't need to make money off if you guys want merch, but then we can sell it on our community as well. But we just
Or it'll be discounted merch.
yeah, exactly. And you're right, Scott, you gotta have fun. And we ourselves are trying to get more like we're still slightly awkward in front of the camera, I think. And we're still like getting used to filming on camera, and we're hoping that as time goes, we just get more comfortable and you will be able to just get to see more of the raw us.
Yeah.
It is very you have to be very vulnerable to put yourself online, and Max definitely has thicker skin than I do. So sometimes
I get really angry at some of the comments, actually. I want to write back and say,
Well,
he
that's
is
just
not
the
an
internet.
unemployed bloody... What did they say? What did Lana say?
yeah. I don't do Patreon for the perks, but value your work. Oh, thank you, Greg. Does living the life through you vicariously make me a sad bass? Not at all. Aki Bluebird, for real. I can see it now. It's
Yeah.
true. There's lots of Aki in this video coming up.
Oh, yeah,
You guys are
there's-
gonna love
You're
it.
gonna like the
Max
Oki
did a
scenes
really good
in
Oki
this
scene.
video.
Yeah.
Be prepared for some good Oki scenes this
Yeah.
video. And Oki, you know, we're thinking about starting his own Instagram as well. So big Oki things may be coming.
Yeah. So Morgan says she likes the idea of making the extended video, the one you release to everybody, and then doing a live stream once every month. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Thank you, Morgan. We agree.
much.
Yeah.
There's no mail delivery.
No mail delivery. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We
Scott, you know.
we just sent. Oh, we didn't.
we
We're
haven't sent it
we're
yet.
sending off postcards at the moment, and we got
just
told
like my grandma.
we got told there's like a 50% chance they'll ever get there. So
Yeah. Long live the king.
They said good on you,
Yeah.
Jane.
Yeah.
Tracy said.
Yes.
She's got it
Unemployed,
out.
They're just
Yeah.
jealous. Yeah, you do get all sorts of comments on there.
Oh,
which
and
is-
so uninformed. I
Mm.
mean, don't they watch the vlogs?
yeah, but no.
Yeah.
So I guess
I'm going to wrap it up because we got to leave you some questions to ask us next time. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
yeah,
And yeah, we get up in 8 hours, and I need my 8 hours sleep. So
it's true.
Yeah.
So thank you again for not only being patrons and joining our community, but like we said, jumping on here so last second. And
Thanks for including me.
thank you, Lorella. Yeah. Oh
Elizabeth
yes,
Chan.
you go. We haven't played that in a little while, but
Yeah,
yeah,
we-
you all
we
saw a
need to
side
get
of
back
me
on
that
Settlers of
wasn't
Catan.
revealed before
And
that.
we've been playing a card game Cameo, and those two, they really do. They take it seriously. I tell you, I'm like, whoa.
The competitive, you know, you're saying you want to see the real us. That's 100% real. We're
Yeah. So if we ever
Lee's got a death step.
when we meet you, and we sit down and have a drink and play some games, we're not holding anything
Thanks,
back.
Oscar
And one thing
Yeah.
I don't know if we've said before, but
and Scott.
if we do end up going through the States or wherever there's
And
some
Bruce
patrons,
and
we would
Jess.
like to meet patrons wherever we go. So,
Yeah.
you know, if you know we're coming towards you, Scott, I'm sorry, I know we just missed you.
Yeah.
But if if you're in Chile or Bolivia or Europe when we get
Bye,
there,
Jess.
please let
Yeah.
us know you're in that town. Send us thing. We would love to have a coffee with you and get to know you a little better.
yeah.
And for now, we'll say goodbye.
Yeah, Aki, come here, come say
Good
bye,
night.
everybody.
Wishes.
Oh yeah, we'll get
Aki,
Oki up.
Come here.
Keep your fingers crossed for the trip.
Passed right out.
You'll
Aki,
hear all
come
about it.
Aki.
Oh yeah, Oki's fast
Aki's passed
asleep.
out. I'm sorry.
Okay.
He usually doesn't
All right.
not move.
Good night, guys.
Okay, good night.
We love you all.
Vlog will be up
Bye.
soon. I don't even know how to end it.
Yeah.
There we go.